One of the things that you're going to hear a lot from lawyers is allusions to battles and war that lawyers use. Why is that? Well, the reason is simple enough. There have been conflicts as long as there have been humans. Those conflicts involve misunderstandings or wrongs, one perpetrated on another, and they had to be resolved. They were resolved, all right. They were resolved through violence, that's how. So what was the purpose of civilization if not to impose order? And what are the purpose of courts if not to have a forum for the resolution of disputes without resorting to violence? Now, some people say, well, the purpose of the court is to dispense justice. It's all about justice. No, it's not. It's about the peaceful resolution of disputes. So what courts do and what society does is it creates rules and regulations and procedures which make for a fair fight. In the old days, the two combatants faced off. Later, they each hired a champion. The champion would fight against the other champion, and the winner would be declared, and God would have decided who was going to win. In much the same way, the lawyers enter into the legal arena, like the Colosseum, and they do that and they fight, but they fight a fair fight. That's all you can hope for, within the rules, and then a decision is made. Does that equal justice? Well, to the loser, it really doesn't seem that way. But to society, we have decided that that is as just a way as we can. Now, generally speaking, there are two types of resolutions. There are global resolutions and there are inventory resolutions. Now, what is a global resolution? It comes in various guises. It might be disguised as a class action resolution of this case. It might be disguised as a mandatory resolution of this case under certain federal rules. It might be disguised as a voluntary resolution of the case. But all of them have a couple of things in common. There's only one pot, and there's only one criteria that applies to everyone, every client that goes in. Now, does that mean that everyone, if there's 100 people and the pot's worth $100, does everyone get $1? No, everyone gets different amounts. The question is, what are the criteria by which we are going to allocate that pot? But in a global resolution, there's one pot, and there's one set of criteria. It applies to everyone. So whether you're Joe Blow in Nebraska with 2 cases, or you're Andrus Wagstaff with 1,000 cases, your identically situated clients are going to be paid the identical amount of money if they accept the deal. In a class action resolution in a global case, you amend that by saying they're going to get that unless they affirmatively jump off the bus. In almost every case, except very limited pot cases that are subject to certain bankruptcy rules, everyone gets a chance to accept or reject. But that's a global. Now, what's the difference between that and an inventory settlement? Well, in an inventory settlement, there are many pots. Those pots, there's one for each law firm. So they come to your law firm, and they're going to offer you this much money for that many cases. And then they go to your law firm, and they can offer you a different amount of money for the same number of cases. Then they're going to go to his law firm, and they offer him yet another amount of money for a different number of cases. Not only that, but the criteria by which you can allocate the money can change from settlement to settlement.